Hey y'all, back with part five. So, um, oh, excuse me. So, like I said, I was after our son had passed, I was still like going over there to hang out with him, and um, true enough, that situation it took a toll on me because I'm losing a child, and then on top of that, like I have a big love for babies. Um, like I don't know. Maybe somewhere in the spiritual realm, I was like the protector of the babies. I don't know, but anyway, I have a big love for babies and animals, and it's vice versa. Animals love me and babies love me, and like I stated, also I have a calm energy, so of course, whenever I am holding a baby, they always fall asleep with me. Even both of my nephews, um, my my sister's youngest son, and then my brother's son. Like it's hard to get them to go to sleep when they was babies. So my sister, whenever she couldn't get him to go to sleep, whenever she was at home, she would always bring him to me, and I would sing to him and rock his little old butt to sleep. And he'll go to sleep fast, cause like he'll come down there, he'd be all amped up, and then I'll be like, sir, we about to go to sleep, okay? And then with my brother's son, like he will fight his sleep, and I was like, bring him here, bring him to me. And so, I would always end up putting him to sleep too. Well, it was just like two times with him that I was there or whatever. And like the first time, like he was fighting it. He was like, "Damn, she getting me. I'm trying to stay up so I can see everything." Like my little nephew, he is so nosy. He got to know everything that's going on, baby. So he will literally fight his sleep just to stay up and see everything that's going on and be in the midst of the grown folks. So he fought it for a while, but that buddy he'll go right off to sleep. So but yeah, like I have a calm energy. So um I don't even know what I was getting at. I don't remember what I was talking about, y'all. Here we go with the shits. Somebody fucking with my memory. But anyway, I just be acting silly, y'all. So but not for real. That shit that's real though. People fuck with your mind if you let them. So what was I getting at with me talking about my damn energy? I don't even know. But oh, that sneeze just came on out. So, like I said, I was still going over there or whatever, and I'll be honest, I I wanted to have another baby, and it got to the point where Spirit was like, "Ma'am, if you don't get your motherfucking ass out this apartment now," being fucking hard headed. But Not then. It didn't start then. It was like a little after, because I was still, like I said, I was still going over there and hanging out with him. And then so I had started getting advice. Well, okay, we lost our son. I ended up connecting with an ex. He had reached out to me, asked me how me and my children were doing, and then I told him, what was going on and what had happened. And he was like, sorry to hear that. So he had told me about this guy, because my ex is a mailman or whatever. So he had told me about this guy that he ride motorcycle. What the fuck is that? Rides motorcycles with. And then he's a funeral home owner. And so he told me about him. So I called him, and he cremated my son. And I'm gonna say this. It's crazy. Should I say this, Spirit? I don't think I should say this. But I'm gonna say it. So back in my early 20s, God had revealed to me that this was going to happen, me losing my son. I didn't know exactly what was going to happen, but I remember the dream. I remember I'm basically at Children's, and it was like, I don't even think it was like a dream. It was probably a vision or whatever. But it was like showing me flashes of, certain things, details of what was going to happen. And like, it showed me the heart on the door. Like, they had drew a big heart on the door, right? And like, this shit, like when my son was transferred to Children's, and I first went and visited him, the door was closed, and there was that big ass heart on that glass door. And mind you, I didn't peep all of this. I didn't remember any of this until after my son had passed. And it was the heart on the door, and then what else? It was some other stuff that I seen, like, I guess the other rooms. And then also at the end of the dream, there was the lady at the receptionist desk, and I was getting ready to leave, and she was like, y'all gone for good? And I turned around and I said, yeah, we gone for good. But I was standing by myself. My son wasn't there with me. And it didn't even dawn on me when I had the dream and I woke up out of it that she had said y'all. But I woke up saying, who baby is that? Like, in the dream, I didn't see a baby at all that I could remember. I didn't see a baby. But I woke up and I was like, who baby was that? And I like, tears like was just falling down my face. I'm like, who baby is that? I'm like, what the fuck going on? I'm saying, because I'm like, who baby? Not knowing all the time it's my baby. So also I had an epiphany about the funeral, the guy at the funeral home. Mr. Pipkins. Hey, Mr. Pipkins. He was so sweet. Um, and so, um, like I didn't know what to do, y'all. I had never had to bury nobody. I barely liked funerals, so I cremated my son, and it honestly was no point in having a funeral. I didn't have the money to have a funeral. And I remember I was going there, and like I said, I just be talking to people. I like and and so that day I had went up there to sign papers and stuff, for him to cremate my son, and pay for the cremation and stuff like that. So I stayed and I was talking to him, and we had a long me, him, and then the other guy that was there with him, and then we had a long conversation. And in the midst of us having that conversation, I said, you know what? I said, God revealed y'all to me too. And he was looking like, what? Both of us was like, huh? I said, God revealed me. I mean, he revealed y'all to me. Like, and I just had an epiphany about it, right? Like, literally right now. It popped up in my mind's eye. And I'm like, I said, man, I was like, God is so good. And like, we had our moments, we were crying. Well, I was. Like, I appreciate God so much for the things that he has done for me. Even though I have been through hell and hot water, I really appreciate the good people that he have placed in my life. Even the bad ones, And half of these folks, they're not even bad. It's just they choose to not heal, and they choose to allow their demons to overtake them. Sorry, I'm getting emotional, but hey, I'm talking about my baby. And whew, I don't know if y'all can see, but it's a little dark and dry. And now it's gonna be drier because I done wiped out a little moisture off. But anyway, I don't care about that. So, we did that, burying my baby. Not buried him, cremated him. So, after that, I still had all of my son's clothes and stuff. I'm talking about, they had a little like baby shower for me at work. So I had, all the stuff they brought, and then the stuff that I had bought. And they, like, when I was pregnant with my son, they was telling me to like buy onesies that button up or whatever, because you don't have all the IVs and stuff on. So I'm telling these folks, the body stuff, my baby didn't wear none of it until the last couple of days. Like, they, how and he had clothes there at the hospital. Like, his whole bag, I had packed his bag because I already had the bag packed. It was full of clothes. They ain't put nothing on him. He was just in the damn diaper all damn time and wrapped up in a fucking blanket. I don't even think they put the little white shirt on him. He was just naked. diaper. Diaper bed. No. But anyway, I'm not gonna get too much in that situation because y'all can go watch the video and find out what happened to my baby in that hospital too. And it's not only just happening to people of color, babies. It's Mexicans, whites, but and I'm gonna say majority Mexicans too now. But it's people of color's babies that are dying from these things. So yeah, go check that video out. But anyway, back to what I was saying. So I still had all his clothes, right? So I had prayed and asked God to lead me, help me find a young woman or just a woman in general that's in need of, baby boy clothes and strollers and all that other stuff. So lo and behold, God did. And was this during the time? Because like it's so much that happened, y'all. I'm trying to keep the storyline because we're supposed to be talking about how they were still in my life, so we might have to skip this part. So skip, hop, jump. So after my maternity leave and bereavement leave, which was only a week, like, baby, I just lost my damn child. I need more than a week to grieve, okay? So I come back to work and everybody is, oh, I'm sorry, this, that, and the third, right? And they asking me what happened. So I'm telling them what happened. And mind you, I'm naive as fuck. I'm still being naive. And I'm saying stuff that I shouldn't have been saying to people that I shouldn't have been saying it to. So like I said, God basically, he had started revealing people's true intentions towards me. And that's when shit just started getting crazy. So I got back to work, and like I said, people that I didn't even know in the warehouse. And you know how it goes in a warehouse. If something happens to a person in a warehouse and one person know about it, they gonna tell that person, then it's just gonna be spread all around the warehouse. It's all up in the offices that my baby passed, because I had my manager, he had texted me, because remember I told you in the beginning my manager was David, but then when David left, we ended up getting Dalton Depew. So Dalton had texted me, him, and then a couple of other co-workers had texted me while I was on maternity leave. One had even called me, and he's not even alive to this day. I don't know what to say about this situation, but I honestly feel like he probably had something to do with it, spiritually. That's all I'm gonna say about that situation. So When I tell y'all, it's a lot of shit. So also, um, I come back, I'm working. Back like ain't nothing motherfucking happened really. And I had, before I went back, I had cut my hair. I had, because I was at the point in time I was still getting perms, but then I started to like want to just grow out my natural hair. And so I cut the perm hair off, so I had like a low fro. And I had to like keep people didn't know I cut my hair until I told them or whatever. And so also, with that being said, cutting your hair releases trauma. So that also helped me heal a little bit from, my son's passing. And then also, God giving me revelations and things of that nature, that also helped me to heal. So come back to work and everything is normal, right? Well, normal. So here comes Candice and Aisha. All right. So mind y'all, I hadn't talked to really neither one of them in a while. And I told y'all I had cut Candice off after she did that graveyard spell, goddamn. So, and I kid you not, I feel like a lot of them motherfuckers there was doing spell work on me before, during, and after my pregnancy. Definitely Candice. I don't know all the other people, but mainly her. Aisha too. Anyways, so they come up to me, trying to show sympathy and all this shit. So I'm not even just, because I'm not a mean person. Like, you did what you did, but hey. So they was like, well, we're going to go have drinks and this and that. We want to invite you. Oh, excuse me. So I'm like, okay. So I go, and this point in time, she got a new apartment. So she gives me the address or whatever, and nice apartment. And when she was standing there, the first one, she had a cat. She had ended up getting a cat or whatever. And mind you, like I said, that's probably what the fuck I was trying to say about the cat. So when I was going to her apartment, the old apartment, she was like, we was there, and so Mimi was trying to get the cat to come out. The cat was always up under the bed, and the cat would literally like not come out from nobody but me. Sometimes it was hard for her to get him off from under the bed. So that cat in the old apartment, and obviously the cat was trying to warn me too, but I wasn't paying attention to the signs. So I was playing with the cat, and the cat was sitting in my lap, And y'all, I kid you not, that cat started digging his claws into me. And I was like, Candace, your cat is digging his claws into my legs. And I had, you got the jeans, the cutout jeans. So he was like digging in my skin, but he wasn't like penetrating, but it was hurting, goddamn. Like, hey, stop digging in my goddamn leg, cat. Stop it. Like, why are you doing this? And like I said, he probably was trying to warn me about her. And the cat was kind of aggressive too, but that's just cats in general. They aggressive. Like, bitch, I want you to pet me, okay? And so he'll be like, come on, do it. I like it. But I think she was like, he was a rescue cat, and his name was Gray. It was a gray, and he had like white spots or whatever. And so at the new apartment, we was sitting out on the patio gardening, and the cat, when I first got there, the cat was hiding or something. I don't know where the fuck the cat was at, but the cat came out, and he came out on the patio, and so the cat had did it again. He jumped up in my lap, and he started digging his goddamn claws in my legs. So that time I pushed that motherfucker, and I was like, you need to take your ass in the house since you're gonna be acting like that with me. And then the cat literally went in the house. I was like, okay, well, you better listen to me, because this time I ain't gonna let you just dig your claws in me. Yeah. So we was sitting out there gardening, and Aisha had came. So then when she came, we all went down to her pool, to Candace's pool. And then a couple, I don't know if these was her neighbors or somebody, I don't know who the fuck these people were, but we was all sitting out there, gardening. And then I think we had started drinking too, I don't know. And I'm gonna say this: if you know you are being spiritually attacked by somebody, to lessen the effects of those spiritual attacks, stop drinking and stop smoking. So because it weakens your spirit. That's why I'm saying that. And it also slowly like kills it. It's not also just killing you. Alcohol and weed not only kills you, but it kills your spirit slowly. So please stop doing it. So we were sitting down there, and then left, and then I came over another time. And at this point in time, she was dating this guy named Wes, and he was a white boy too, but he act like us, talk like us too. I mean, he damn near could have been us, but anyway, he was a cool dude. But what I had noticed, and also his best friend had noticed, well, he noticed it, but then I just like kind of really opened his eye up to it, and I'm getting into that. But anyway, so she had asked me to come over, right? And so I came over. Was that yeah, it was the second time. I don't know. But anyway, my car had ended up getting towed. Now, she was supposed to put my car on the parking list thing so it won't get towed. My car got towed. And that was God's way of telling me, your ass shouldn't have been there. You shouldn't have had your ass there, but you ain't listen. You being hard-headed, so I allowed your motherfucking car to get towed. So Um, so that had happened, and I was pissed the fuck off. So we ended up go getting in my car. She paid for my car to get it out the pound. By right, yeah, bitch, cause you told me you put my shit on there and it still got towed. So, um, I didn't come back over her house no more. So it was this one particular day. Um, she messaged me, and she ended up putting me in a group chat, right? So in the group chat, you can see the people that's in the group chat. So it was me, her, Aisha, and said Maria. Now Maria is a short, fat, black girl. That's how I could describe her, a short, fat, black girl. And I had found out some things about my baby daddy. So come to find out, this said Maria was trying to, fuck with my baby daddy, Michael, when we was together, and then after the fact of us losing our son. And I had looked at that phone and I was like, because they had asked me the day before, Candace had asked me a day before. She was like, we all gonna get together and go have some drinks. We weren't gonna go to her house. We was gonna go somewhere else and have some drinks, right? So I was like, okay, cool. That's fine with me. Until I seen that group chat. So I said, who is Maria? Because I didn't know the girl like that. I had seen her, a couple of, just 2 times maybe, when I would go and on the other side of shipping. So I said, who is Maria? And they was like, you know who she is? I was like, no, the fuck I don't. Like, if I knew who she was, I wouldn't have asked who she was. And so she was like, Maria. We call her Boots. And they was like, we call her Aisha. And this Aisha saying it. She was like, we call her Boots. She work over here in shipping. So